Well, alrighty. So, as far as Star Wars is concerned, as a classical fan of Star Wars, and I believe a lot of classical fans of Star Wars will agree with me on this, that the heart of Star Wars has always been Han Solo and the Skywalkers. And when I talk about the Skywalkers, I specifically mean Luke and Leia Skywalker. Anybody who was introduced to Star Wars through the trilogy will know this. However, if you were introduced to the prequels, you will be forgiven if you actually said that Anakin Skywalker was the heart of Star Wars, yeah, or you could say that it was Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi that were the heart of Star Wars. However, the latest director that the Disney's empire has decided to hire to direct the next Star Wars movie in Rey Palpatine is coming out to say that, hey, it's not Anakin, it's not Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's not goddamn Yoda that is going to be the heart of Star Wars, or that has been the heart of Star Wars, but the true heart of Star Wars has been Rey Palpatine. Shameen Obaid-Chinoy, the woman who became very famous for saying that it is about time that a woman start to shape the story of a land far, far away. This was said earlier this year, that made a lot of wave when she came out on CNN to say that, and still also said that she loves to make men uncomfortable, came out to say this. Shameen Obaid-Chinoy claims Rey Skywalker is the heart of Star Wars and implies film will continue to inject feminism into Star Wars. Well, why are we not surprised? With everything that they are injecting, they are bringing back feminism. They are injecting ABC community politics and trying to pander to that particular community, and I don't think that community particularly cares much for the pandering, are now also trying to wave back and go back to the force is female pandering once again. So let's listen to what she had to say, because I'm somebody who likes to pay attention to some of these narcissistic son of a biscuits that are coming out of Hollywood, and just ponder a little bit over their so-called beautiful nonsenses that they have to say, to see if we can actually make any sense from it at all and see where this movie is going to be headed. Without further ado, I'm going to jump into this article, share my opinion. I don't know if I'll finish the article or not based upon time, but feel free to share your opinion in the comment section below. Without further ado, here we go. Director Shameen Obaid-Chinoy, who has been announced to direct the upcoming Rey film featuring Daisy Ridley, recently shared more details about the project and heavily implied it will inject more feminism into Star Wars. Like I said, why am I not surprised? Speaking with Variety about her upcoming Diane von Furstenberg documentary, which is something that she is an expert in, making documentaries, and her documentaries have been simply based on, women power, uprising of women in the certain part of the world that she is from, which I feel like is a very honorable thing to do, because women have really done a lot, come a long way in that part of the world, and in the part of the world where I'm from originally, women have done a lot to actually gain a lot of rights. I mean, in the last 20, 30 years, there were some parts of the world where women weren't even allowed to vote, women didn't have the rights to drive, but a lot of women sacrificed themselves to actually make sure that women had certain rights that were just basic human rights, So I commend her for that. But what has that got to do with Star Wars? Absolutely nothing but push pandering politics that nobody wants to see. Obaid-Chinoy details what attracted her to the film. Quote, the story that interests me the most is in Rey's journey as a female Jedi. What does it matter if it's a female Jedi or a male Jedi? These are the same people that you claim that you want equality, men and women are the same. Why now does it matter that it is a female? Right? So in certain politics, it doesn't matter that a person is a female, but in other politics, it matters that the person is a female. I really don't get it. In certain things, you are allowing people that were born as male to compete with female, but in certain things, oh no, it's important. She goes on to say, that's how I can best bring my experiences to it. Like I said, narcissistic son of a biscuit. It's all about their experiences. Remember how Leslie Heldlin said that, oh, she's been a fan of Star Wars. However, if there was a bit of queerness to it, if they had shaped things the way that she saw the world, it would have been better. That's why she wants to shape it the way she sees the world. It would have changed her entire world. So with all the queer films that have been out there in the world, from Rockhaven to Poikin Bisnick to Brokenback Mountains to Touch Song Trilogy, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on, none of these movies changed your life. It had to be a movie that had nothing to do with sexuality of anybody, that had everything to do with things that appeal to everyone, which is morals, which is the good against evil and good winning against evil and all of this sort of stuff. No, it had to be that movie that needed to be changed for your world to have been changed. Reminds me of the same thing that Halle Bailey said about Ariel. With all the black women in the world that have made so many great movies, from your Angela Bassett to Kiki Palmer to Halle Bailey to Tara J.P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, Viola Davis, Queen Latifah, Sana Lathan, Kerry Washington, Gabrielle Union. All of these women making movies out there that have changed lives, that have entertained people, that have brought various types of messaging. No, none of those things would have changed your world. It had to be the one that had a white character in it, needed to be race swapped. A white character needed to be race swapped for your entire world to be changed. See the narcissism in there? You see these people, it's all about them. You see how it is all about the politics rather than actually the main thing that those movies stand for, right? About love, about morals, about sacrifice and all those things. It doesn't matter to them. No. It just has to be my politics over everything else. So Shameen Obaid-Chinoy continues. She went on to detail about what she wants this to be like or what it wants to look like. So if you're having any hope, this is what you should be expecting. She went on to detail who she hopes to attract to this movie. Quote, the greatest thing about Star Wars is that everyone has a personal connection to it. Yes, everybody does. Everyone is passionate about it, and throughout the fandom, people have clear ideas about who should direct or what the stories should be about. Yep. So if you're one of those people, listen to this. I'm just drowning out those voices until I'm done. Like, I don't give a shiznit about what you think. I'm going to do this my way, is what she's telling you. So if you are a Star Wars fan expecting to see some real true Star Wars story and some true Star Wars laws being upheld and adhered to, forget about it. It's not gonna happen. Just forget about it. You're going to see more doubling down of the Force is female, put a chick in it and make it gay and lame, and you're just going to see more of that. They're just going to put men in there to humiliate them, because according to the feminist movement, girls or women are great for the world and men are just horrible, terrible beings that happen to exist in the world that are not actually needed, are useless pieces of things that are dwelling in this world. That's the perspective that they usually push most of their things from. She goes on to say, as a storyteller, I am focused on drawing new moviegoers into the cinemas and bringing a sense of nostalgia that will appeal to older fans of the series. How has that been working out with Ahsoka? With The Woman-Mandalorian, which is the Mandalorian season 3. I call it The Woman-Mandalorian. Or how has that been working out with The Acolyte, right? It ain't bringing no new fans, and the old fans ain't liking it. That's what I'm going to say about that. She goes on to say, she discussed the film in the interview with Sirius XM, saying, sometimes you walk in the footsteps of people and the giants who've created the worlds. And this is what pains me the most. People worked hard to create this world, and all Disney is doing is destroy it. And in the case of Star Wars, George Lucas's world and the filmmakers that have walked in his footsteps have set this world that they want young viewers to sort of walk into and have an understanding of the world. She then detailed what is at the heart of the Star Wars world. Quote, and at the heart of it, for me, not for everybody else, not for the people that created the show, the people that she just said she's trying to walk in the footsteps of, for me, right? The narcissistic son of a biscuit in her says, is Rey Palpatine, is Daisy Ridley and her story, and taking her on an adventure to a Jedi Academy and sort of creating a world that is a natural dovetail to the story that we've seen her go through the last 3 episodes, right? So that's what she wants to do. And working with Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy, put a chick in it and make it lame and gay. And the team over there in breathing life to characters that everyone loves and has fallen in love with, and finding new characters that the next generation of moviegoers will fall in love with. Everybody fell in love, hates with, Rey Palpatine. But people love Daisy Ridley as a person. People love her because she says the things that fans love to hear. She's very real. She loves the fans. She supports the fans. She's not coming out there to say it's your fault that Star Wars is ruined. Like you are. She's not blaming any of those people. She's not claiming victim. She's not trying to say people are bigoted or stuff like that. That you've seen all other Star Wars actors and actresses are coming out to say and accuse people of being racist. I'm even surprised that the guy who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, I forget his name right now, said the same thing about Rivers and co. Now, am I saying that there isn't maybe one or two creepy, crazy people out there who might say something racial or racist about some of these actors? Yes, but that is not a representation of the fandom itself. And if it is not a representation, and they very, very highly find it hard to actually find anybody that says anything bigoted, or racist, and when it comes to the other side and people attacking the other side, it's very easy for you to see people say trashy, crazy, insane things about those people, wishing death upon them, wishing violence upon them. You highly see the kind of fans that these people are trying to appeal to say things like that. It's crazy. If you follow Masters of TDS, you're going to see a whole heap of proof of those true Disney fans, Disney Star Wars fans, attacking other people who have legitimate criticisms for these shows. Because what Disney is doing is hiring people who know nothing about these Star Wars movies, like this woman coming out to say that it's about time that a woman heralded or shaped the story of A Land Far, Far Away, when we know that even during Lucasfilm time, Lucas's wife, Marcia Lucas, was part of the people who shaped the story. There's a woman called Lee Brackett who actually wrote the screenplay for episode 5 of the original trilogy. She died of cancer, so she didn't finish it, but they took her screenplay and developed on that particular screenplay. So she shaped the story when it came to that. And many other people have been vice presidents, directors of animation when it comes to the special effects as well. The women have heralded all of those positions. But no, to her, as a narcissist, like I've said before, no, she's the first woman to be involved in Star Wars and shaping the story of Star Wars. Forgetting that even The Mandalorian was directed by a woman, Ahsoka is directed by a woman, and many of these other new series that we are seeing coming out of Star Wars directed by women. I mean, so here we have it. For her, the heart of Star Wars happens to be Rey Palpatine. As far as I'm concerned, it remains the triple threat: Han Solo as well as the Skywalkers in Luke and Leia. Right, that's the heart of Star Wars for me, and this is the reason why, because of how this woman is saying these things and what she's promoting, this movie is going to be dead on arrival as far as I'm concerned.